Hello and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information comes from the smart device application Today in History. What happened today in history? I guess Sohan is still MIA. Historical calendar and the website onthisday.com. For links to the sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the description below. Anyway, I'm A.O. Xander. I am joined in spirit, but not in other ways, by Sohan. He's MIA yet again, but he'll hopefully be back sometime throughout the show. Anyway, today is Tears Day, also known as Tuesday, April 26, 2022. We're going to start off in the year 757, in which Paolo Orsini replaced his brother Pope Stephen II as Paul I. So what, like replace him as a pope? Jumping on up into 1220, German King Frederick II grants bishops sovereign rights. Nice. In 1336, which is 686 years ago for anyone interested, Francisco Petrarch ascended Mont Ventoux. Mont Ventoux. Let's look that up real quick. What is Mont Ventoux? Ah, it's a mountain, okay. 6,263 feet, so that's over a mile. I don't know what prominence means, and it's in the Alps, okay. In 1348, Czech King Karel IV founded the Charles University in Prague, which was later named after him, and was the first university in Central Europe. I see Sohan's back.
You said Providence, right?
What?
You said Providence, right?
What happened in 1478?
1478. If I had to scroll down. In 1478, the Piety family attacked on Lorenzo di Medici, kills his brother Giuliano during High Mass in Florence Cathedral. That's gotta be Italy.
Jeez, that's not nice. During a religious thing, taking advantage of situations. Murderers.
Hey, Italians do that.
Yeah. In 1607, the Virginia Company colonists made landfall at Cape Henry. And in 1654, Jews were expelled from Brazil. Now, we're seeing a lot of, Jews expelled from here, Jews pushed out of there, you know. I mean, I don't know, it seems like a little much, you know.
There were some places Jews were welcome.
Yeah. I mean, I know they've had a rough, history, but I don't know, it seems at least once or twice a week there's something going on, excluding the Holocaust. That's something else. But, things what we just read,
Hey, at least they didn't put a Bible out their ass.
True.
Because they can't, because most of them don't believe in it.
Yeah. What happened in 1655?
In 1655, Dutch East Indies Company denies Peter the Revenant desire to exclude Jews from there. God damn it!
Dang. What we were just talking about, but he denied it, so that's good. So that means he did not exclude the Jews from New Amsterdam. So.
Any suggestions? Peter? No Jews. Denied. Get out. Everyone got yelling, no Jews.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You'll be sorry.
And the guy gets thrown out, babe.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? I said no Jews. And he just actually walks out.
In 1677, Emperor Leopold I formed the University of Innsbruck.
Ooh. Where's the University of Innsbruck?
Where is it?
Yeah.
Let me look that up real quick. University of Innsbruck is in Austria.
Oh, Austria. Ooh.
And then 1755, the first Russian university opened in Moscow. Oh, well, look at that. There's 3 different universities going on here.
Yep. Also, 1777, Civil London, A16 road, 40 miles, 50 kilometers to alert American colonial forces to the approach of the British regular forces.
Dang. Only 16 years old and he rode 40 miles?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, like why don't we praise this kid? Like we do. What's this? Paul Revere. Yeah, I almost disproved my own point. In 1794, Battle of Beaumont during the Flanders Campaign of the War of the First Coalition, I believe, occurred. So, all right. What happened in 1802?
1802, Napoleon Bonaparte signs a general amnesty to allow but all but 1,000 of those most notorious emergees of the French Revolution to return to France.
Pardon me? Dang. 365 days later, in 1803, thousands of meteor fragments fell from the skies of L'Aigle, France. The event convinces European scientists that meteors exist. Yep, they do.
1805, First Barbary War. United States Marines captured Chernobyl under the command of the First Lieutenant Wesley O'Bannon.
Nice. Where's Deern? I assume that's like a city in the Barbary Coast or whatever. Deern.
Yeah.
In Libya. All right, it's like I'd say like a medium-sized town. Current local time, it's 10:07 p.m. Yeah. Anyway, moving on up into 1865, Union cavalry troopers cornered and shot dead John Wilkes Booth, the assassin of President Abraham Lincoln in Virginia.
Allegedly, they shot him.
Yeah. And allegedly he's the assassin. Well, he is the assassin, but...
No, he's the one who did it, but allegedly they shot the wrong person because, facial recognition wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyone who could have looked like him could have been shot.
Mm-hmm.
And also because I think years later, some old man on his deathbed talked to his lawyer and confessed that he was John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, man. Well, he could also have been lying, but, things like that happen all the time in history. Like, there's a similar story with some old guy, the past 10 years or so, confessing that he was D.B. Cooper. Or Dan Cooper, whatever the actual name is. One of those is a wrong name. It was a bad reporting. So.
No, want to hear a funny thing?
What?
You know who they confirmed as D.B. Cooper?
Who?
In Marvel? Loki.
Oh, God.
Yes, Loki was confirmed D.B. Cooper.
That's so stupid.
In Marvel World. Because it was a bet.
Wow. Anyway, in 1900, fires destroyed Canadian cities of Ottawa and Hull, reducing them to ashes within 12 hours. 12,000 people were left without a home. Damn.
Damn, man. It's horrible. Fires are getting worse, man.
It is.
Also in 1903, Atletico Madrid Association Football Club is founded.
Oh, cool. 12 years later, in 1915, during World War I, Italy secretly signed the Treaty of London, pledging to join the Allied powers. Here we go. Good old side switchers.
Damn.
I guess, this is why you don't want Italians on your team while you're playing, any MOBA or anything. Or
Also,
any competitive game. They'll just switch to the winning team.
Yeah, 1920, ice hockey makes its Olympic debut at the Antwerp Games with center Frank Fredrickson scored 7 goals in Canada's 12-1, drubbing the Sweden in the gold medal match. Wow.
What does drubbing mean? Let me look that up real quick.
That sounds bad.
A beating slash a thrashing, a resounding defeat in a match or contest. Okay, well, I learned a new word today.
I bet it sounds bad.
Yeah. 5 years later, in 1925, Paul von Hindenburg defeated Wilhelm Marx in the second round of the German presidential election to become the first directly elected head of state of the Weimar Republic. That's after World War I and before World War II.
The Weimar Republic. What about the Banana Republic?
That was Zimbabwe with Canaan Banana.
Also, in 1933, Nazi Germany issued the law against overcrowding schools and universities, limiting the amount of Jewish students able to attend public schools and universities.
Yeah, a very similar thing is happening in the United States with white people right now. Also in 1933, the Gestapo, the official secret police force of Nazi Germany, was established by Hermann Göring. Yeah, that guy. Yucky guy.
Yeah. Also, 1937, Spanish Civil War. In America, Spain is bombarded by German Luftwaffe.
Dang. 5 years later, in 1942, Benzihu colliery accident in Manchukuo left 1,549 Chinese miners dead. Good God, that is appalling. Like what? I can't imagine. I can't comprehend a single action that leaves that much people dead. Like did the entire mine collapse? Like what the hell? That's intense. I have to look that up and just post a link to the wiki in the underbar, which I know Wikipedia has fallen to the leftist agenda, but yeah. Oh, it's a coal dust explosion.
Wikipedia's never been reliable anyway, because you can just put.
That's true.
I can make a Joe Biden's mother a golden retriever if I want to.
Yeah, but they usually get on top of things like that. They have a decent moderating staff, but now I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I posted that link in the description there. What happened in 1943? You there?
Yes, 1943. The Easter riots break out in Uppsala, Sweden.
Ooh.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Also, 1904, Giorgio Papadopoulos becomes head of the Greek government in exile, based in Egypt. Wow, he's based.
Yeah. Yeah, that was because the Italians were trying to invade Greece, and they made decent headway, and then they lost it, and then they lost it, and then Germany came in and just mowed them all down. So, okay. Also, 1944, Heinrich Kriep was captured by Allied commandos in occupied Crete, which is once again Greece. Who was Heinrich Kriep? Sounds like a creep. He was a German career soldier who served in both World War I and II. While leading German forces in occupied Crete in April of 1944, he was abducted by British SOE officers Patrick Leigh Ferner and William Stanley Moss with the support of Cretan resistance. So he was a German guy. Well, that makes sense, but yeah. I'm going to add him to the underbar.
He was a career soldier at that, too.
Yeah.
Also, 1944, 1945, World War II, the Battle of Rotzen. Last successful German takeoff of the war and the last noteworthy victory of the Wehrmacht.
Ah. So, yeah.
Hey, sometimes they had their wins too.
Yep. Every dog has its day.
The war.
Yeah. Also in 1945 and also during World War II, Filipino troops of the 66th Infantry Regiment, Philippine Commonwealth Army, USAFIPNL, and the American troops, or the United States troops of the 33rd and 37th Infantry Division, United States Army, were liberated in Baguio, and they fought against the Japanese forces under General Tomoyuki Yamashita. Dang. There's a lot of people who got saved there. Well, what happened in 1954? So in?
1954, the first clinical trials of the Jonas Salk polio vaccine begins in Fairfax County, Virginia. Oh, that's interesting. That's good.
Yeah, my dad lived through the polio epidemic. He never got it and such. So like.
Hey, that's lucky. That's lucky.
Yeah, it is.
That's blessed.
2 years later, in 1956, the SS Ideal 10, the world's first successful container ship, left Port Newark, New Jersey, for Houston, Texas. Let's see what this looks like. It's probably laughably small. Let's see. Images. What was that? 56. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that's expected. Actually, that's bigger than I thought it would be. Not bad.
Huh.
What happened in 58th here?
1958, the final run of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, Royal Blue, from Washington, D.C. to New York City after 68 years, the first U.S. passenger train to use electric locomotives.
Interesting. So it was the last run for those guys and the first use of an electric train. So what a way to go out, start something new, you know? That is, I tip my hat to you. In 1960, forced out by the April Revolution, President of South Korea Syngman Rhee resigned after 12 years of dictatorial rule. Good. We don't need any dictators. Potatoes. We don't need any phallic potatoes. Dictators.
Also, 1962, NASA's Ranger 4 spacecraft crashes on the moon.
Oh, that sounds good.
Then, also, 1962, the British space program launched its first satellite, the Ariel 1.
Interesting. What is the Ariel 1? Is it like a communications satellite? You know, what is its function? Ariel 1 was the first British satellite and the first satellite in the aerial program. Its launch in 1962 made the United Kingdom the third country to operate a satellite after the Soviet Union and the United States. Let's see here. What was it, though? Well, it decayed in May of 24th, 1976, but let's see here. It was constructed in both the UK and the US by NASA Goddard Space Flight Center and SERC. SERC standing for Science Engineering Research Council. Hold on. My apologies. The air is very dry today. Let's see here. The U.S. Starfish. Well, it's not telling me exactly what this. Oh yeah. The satellite weighed 136 pounds. Yada yada yada. Solar panels. Okay, well, what was it? What was this? Okay, that's this design. Oh well. I'm not gonna hunt here on live. Why don't you take 1963 here while I add a couple links to the underbar?
Hold on, wait, I gotta do something.
Okay. While you're doing that something, I will go ahead and take the helm. In 1963, in Libya, amendments to the Constitution transformed Libya, the United Kingdom of Libya, into one national unity, the Kingdom of Libya, and allowed for female participation in elections. Good. Good, Libya. 365 days after that, in 1964, Tanganyika and Zanzibar merged to form the United Republic of Tanzania. Cool, dude. That's where Tanzania came from. 2 years later, 1966, a new government was formed in the Republic of the Congo, led by Ambroise Nomazalai. Also, a nice.
Hey, good.
Yeah. What else happened in '66?
Also, 1966. Wait, the magnitude, the magnitude 5.1 Tashkent earthquake affects the largest city in Soviet Central Asia with a maximum MSK intensity of 7. Very strong. Tashkent is the most destroyed, and damn, what the fuck? 15 to 200 are killed.
That's quite a deviation spread right there. MSK stands for Medvedev Svonheur Karnik scale. So I guess it's like another earthquake type of scale. MSK. You were about to say something?
No.
Oh. Alright. Hold on a second. Let me edit that real quick.
Excuse me.
Yep. No worries. Alright, moving on up into 1970. The convention establishing the World Intellectual Property Organization enters into force. Interesting. World Intellectual Property Organization. I gotta look that up. That sounds important. As one of the 15 specialized agencies of the United Nations. Oh wow, so they have, well, I mean, why should I be surprised? They have subsects, and all that stuff. What happened in 1981?
1981. Dr. Michael R. Harrison of the University of California, San Francisco Medical Center performed the world's first human open field surgery.
Is that cesarean section?
No, that's something involving babies.
Okay. Oh, okay, so open surgery on the fetus. Wow. You gotta be super precise. Like, outrageously precise. 365 days after that, in 1982, 57 people were killed by former police officer Woo Bum-kon in a shooting spree in South Gyeongsang province in South Korea. Jeez, man.
God damn.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Seems like Korea, it seems like America ain't the only place where there's police brutality.
Jeez.
Also,
Pardon me.
Also, a very horrible day today.
Oh, man.
1986, the Chernobyl disaster occurs in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Dang.
Reactor 4 went down, and that was it.
Man, like, there's a mini-series somewhere. What was it, HBO Chernobyl? Something?
Yeah.
In 1989, the deadliest known tornado struck central Bangladesh, killing upwards of 1,300 people, injuring 12,000 others, and leaving as many as 80,000 homeless. Wow. That's a bad tornado.
Yeah. Yep. Also, 1989. The People's Daily published the April 26th editorial, which inflames the Nazi Tiananmen Square protest. Wow, fucking tabloid.
Well, like by that it inflames it. Like it sparks more support for the protests. It sparked more protests to occur. So this was good.
I know.
This was a good thing. In 1991, 55 tornadoes broke out in central United States. Before the outbreaks end, Andover, Kansas would record the year's only F5 tornado.
God damn.
Dang.
Also, 1993, the Space Shuttle Columbia is launched on mission STS-55 to conduct experiments aboard the Space Lab module.
Yeah, Space Lab being one of our prior, now unfortunately decommissioned space stations.
Space Lab.
Yep.
Man, talk to me when we get a C Lab.
Yeah. Underneath the water. In 1994, South Africa began its first multiracial election, which was won by Nelson Mandela's African National Congress. Good. By the way, I had to explain yesterday to my dad about the Mandela effect. He had no idea about it. You know, he didn't seem to really understand the whole concept and everything. So, but yeah, it's weird having to explain what the Mandela effect is to somebody. Like, you'd think it'd be a common knowledge thing, you know? Anyway, what happened in 2002? You there?
2002, Robert Steinhausen killed 16 at Gutenberg Gymnasium in Erfurt, Germany, before dying from a suspected gunshot.
Dang. Man, like how many times have people gone on a shooting spree and turned the gun on themselves? Like, quite a bit, I imagine. Like, we've already reported, what, half a dozen?
He's making sure people, he's making sure he's getting every bullet count.
Yep. Anyway, 3 years later, in 2005, during the Cedar Revolution, under international pressure, Syria withdrew the last of its 14,000-troop military garrison in Lebanon, ending its 29-year military domination of that country, the Syrian occupation in Lebanon. Well, dang.
Yeah. Also, 2015, 7 years ago, new Sultan Nazarbayev is re-elected President of Kazakhstan with a 97.7% of the vote.
Well, that seems a little too high. That seems way too high. But then again, you know, George Washington got 100%, so...
Yeah, he did something good, though. Unlike, I don't know who the hell this guy is.
Yeah. Anyway, 3 years later, in 2018, U.S. comedian Bill Cosby was convicted of sexual assault. Bill Cosby. Although I still think he's innocent. I think he just was a target of all the whole Me Too movement. Everybody wanted their 5 minutes of fame. Oh, he drugged me too. Oh, he did this to me too. I think it was all a lie because
I don't know about it, but I just want to know, did he do the Fat Albert voices when he did it? That's all I want to know.
Hey, you want a drink?
That's all I need to know. That's the only thing I need to know.
I need to know. Well, what I need to know is what happened in 2019.
Oh, 2019, Marvel Studios' blockbuster film Avengers Endgame is released, becoming one of the highest-grossing films of all time, surpassing the previous box office record of Avatar.
Dang. Yeah, everybody was all hyped for Endgame. If there's one thing Disney knows, it's how to manipulate and have the entire population in the palm of your hand. You know, look where we're at now. Look what's going on in Florida. You know, this is too long coming. Anyway, also in 2019, 6 suspected militants connected to Sri Lankan terror attacks were killed along with 10 others in a shootout with police in Saint Hamaruthu. Also in 2019, quote-unquote, no religion topped survey of U.S. religious identity for the first time at 23.1%, edging out Catholics at 23% even, and evangelicals at 22.5% in long-running general social survey. But you know what? It's not the vote that matters. It's who is counting the vote that matters. You know? So, I don't believe any of these surveys.
In 2019, the Warri people of Pakistan won landmark a viable case against the Ecuadorian government to protect 500,000 acres of their territory in the Amazon rainforest.
Nice. Good. That Amazon, you know, that is the lungs of the world. We gotta stop screwing it up, you know? 2 years later, 1 year ago, in the year 2021, U.S. Census resulted showing its population growth second lowest in recorded history, with a population of 331,449,281, with only 7.4% increase since 2010. So, but it's still an increase, so that's good. Anyway, before we get into births and deaths, any articles intrigue you today?
Chernobyl.
Yeah, of course. And you had that in the chamber ready to go. just Chernobyl. Yeah. Then there's also Avengers Endgame. There's Bill Cosby thing. The South Africa election in which Nelson Mandela eventually won, which is good. All the tornado stuff, all the university stuff. Well, pretty interesting date in history. Oh yeah, the world's first human open fetal surgery as well. Anyway, let's jump on into bursts here. Why don't you start us off?
Okay, in birth. 121 Marcus Aurelius, Roman general.
Emperor.
Well, Roman emperor.
Yeah. It wasn't Maximus. He was a general. Doing a significant time jump here into 1697, we have Adam Flackenhagen, German lute player and composer. What a name, Flackenhagen. And then in 1801...
You can do this one?
1801, we have Ambrose Dudley Mann, an American politician and diplomat who is the first United States Assistant Secretary of State. Way to go, Mr. Mann.
I hear from my phone on the charger, so I'm going to be a little bit...
Alright, I'll take over. 4 years later, in 1804, or 3 years later in 1804, we have Charles Goodyear was born on the States. He was an American banker, lawyer, and politician. And then 1822, we have Frederick Law Olmsted, a American journalist and designer who co-designed Central Park. Nice. 1900, Hack Wilson, a U.S. baseball player, and I wonder if he was a hack. You know, like Lita. You know? Frijoles, you know? 1904, we have Xenophon Zolotas, a Greek economist and politician who is the 177th Prime Minister of Greece. 1912, we have A.E. Van Vogt, a Canadian-U.S. author, and I got to look up his actual name. Alfred Elton Van Vogt. Alright, let me copy and paste that in here real quick. 1917, we have I.M. Pai, Chinese-U.S. architect who designed the National Gallery of Art and Bank of China Tower. His real name... Yep. His real name is Ayo Ming Pai. Or Ayo Ming Pai. Are you back?
Yeah. Ayo Pai.
I would like a pie.
1922, J.C. Holt, English historian and academic.
His actual name is James Clark Holt, so that's what JC stands for, James Clark. In 1927, we have Granny Hammer, a U.S. baseball player. What a name! That sounds like a joke weapon in the game I'm playing, AQ3D. Get the Granny Hammer, or like a band hammer, but instead of banding you, it turns you into a grandmother.
Well, 1931, Paul Allman, Canadian director, producer, and screenwriter.
1940, we have Molvi Iftikhar Hussain Ansari, Indian cleric and politician.
1943, Peter Susdor, Swiss architect and academic who designed the thermal valve.
Let me look at that real quick. Thermal valves. What is that? Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, well,
ooh,
when you do that,
that's cool.
1945. 1945, Dick Johnson, Australian race driver.
Man, this guy's such a Richard. He's twice. And I thought Richard Pound was a bad name. Jeez.
No. Brigadier Richard Lord.
God.
Dick Lord.
Yeah. 1951, we have John Battle, an English politician. He really battled it out in the polls.
1956, Cool Stark.
What was he? What was she?
U.S. actress and photographer.
Ah. 1961, we have Zhou Shen, a Chinese U.S. actor, director, producer, and screenwriter.
Damn. 1963, Jet Li, Chinese, Singaporean martial artist, actor, and producer.
Ah. That's the guy who got killed on set, right? By like a blank gun or something?
No, he's alive.
Oh, wait, no, that was his son or something, right? Or his...
No, you're talking about Bruce Lee. That's Brandon Lee you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I don't know any actors, dude. Except for this guy, 1964, Kevin James, a U.S. actor and comedian. We all know who Kevin James is. He's the guy who did Paul Blart, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And 1967, Glenn Thomas Jacobs, a.k.a. Kane, U.S. professional wrestler, actor, businessman, and politician.
Kane as in C-A-N-E?
K-N-E.
K-A-N-E, okay. Kane. 1970, we have Melania Trump, a Slovene U.S. model and the wife of Donald Trump.
I've actually seen some of her modeling pictures. Not bad. Even though she looks like she knows she's from somewhere, but she just can't remember where.
Yeah. 1980, we have Channing Tatum, a U.S. actor and producer.
1991, Peter Hanscombe, Australian cricketer.
That's an odd last name, Hanscombe. Like, does he have combs for hands? You know? Also, 1991, Serjan Pejic was born on this date. He's a Canadian/Bosnian basketball player. And so I think that he plays on, like, for both Canada and Bosnia or something.
I guess so. Also, 1991, Wojciech Pezolarski, Polish bicycle racer.
Yep. And last but not least, 2002, Megan Best, a Barbadian squash player. But is she the best?
She's the best around.
Ain't nobody gonna let her down! Anyway, moving on to the deaths, starting us off in the year 499, we have Emperor Xiaowen of Northern Wei.
1716, John Somers, first Baron Somers, English jurist, politician who was High Lord Chancellor of Great Britain.
1784, we have Nano Nagel, an Irish nun and educator who founded the Presentation Sisters. In today's world, that's not a good thing. You don't want sisters presenting. What's under the skirt, sister?
1865, John Wilkes Booth, American actor who is documented to have assassinated President Abraham Lincoln.
Yep. 1881, Ludwig Freiherr von und Zerder Tan Rathschamhausen, German general. What the fuck?
Also, 1910, Bjornstjerne Bjornson, Norwegian French author, poet, and playwright.
1945, Pavlo Skoropadsky, a German-Ukrainian general and politician who is a Herman of Ukraine. What is a Herman of Ukraine? Let me look that up real quick. Herman of Ukraine. Hannah Herman? No, that's somebody else. What is a Herman of Ukraine? Well, it's just telling me about Hannah Herman, so I guess he's part of a family or something. I don't know. I don't care. Anyway, 1957, we have Jishin Funakoshi, a Japanese martial artist who founded Shotokan.
1964, E.J. Pratt, Canadian poet and author.
His full name is Edwin John Dove Pratt. Why don't you take this next one here?
1969, Morihei Irabisa, Japanese martial artist who founded Aikido.
1970, Gypsy Rose Lee died on the States. She was a U.S. actress, striptease dancer, writer, and overall street urchin. Striptease dancer, really? You know, come on.
During that time, that was popular. 1987, Shankar, Indian composer and conductor.
Okay, so I see his full name is Shankar Singh Raghuvashani. So he just uses some of his partial first name for his actual name. Moving on up into 1989, Lucille Ball died on the state. She was a U.S. model, actress, comedian, and producer.
1991, A.B. Guthrie Jr., U.S. novelist and historian.
His full name was Alfred Bertram Guthrie Jr., for those interested, for whatever reason. 1994, Masatatsu Oyama, a Japanese martial artist who founded Kyokushin Kaiken.
2003, Edward Max Nicholson, Irish environmentalist who co-founded the Worldwide Fund for Nature.
2007, Jack Valenti, U.S. businessman who created the MPAA film rating system. And let me look up what MPAA stands for. Motion Picture Association Film Rating System. That's what that is. I'm going to put a link to that in the underbar. Why don't you take this last article, or this last death here?
In 2009, Hans Holdenzer, Austrian U.S. paranormal investigator and author.
And that concludes the show for today. Once again, check the description, the underbar, for any links that you may be interested in, which also includes
Sohin TV on Twitch.
And everything Omni Coalition, including Muffin's YouTube channel, which he just started. He has one video. Go check it out. He already has 33 views. One video and 33 views. That's, really good, dude. So, yeah, congrats on that. Keep it going. Anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream every day between 12 noon and 3 p.m. Pacific time.
2 to 5 Central.
And for all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
I am me.
And you are you. And until you see us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Till tomorrow, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.